Battleground of Echo Wenatchee Creek. I hope I am pronouncing that right. 5 miles northeast is the battleground of Echo Wenatchee Creek, site of the last engagement between Randolph County settlers and hostile Creek Indians on July 27, 1836. Captain Thomas Stapleton was killed in a preliminary fight the day before near Patala Creek in Stewart County. Aroused by the approach of the Indians, regular Georgia militiamen under Colonel George T. Wood, Major Joseph H. Wills, Captain Nathan R. Smith, and Captain Joseph Gulford joined Cuthbert volunteers under Captain David Hallman and Captain D.D. Snellgrove and marched to intercept the hostiles. These were augmented by a detachment of soldiers from Irwinton, now known as Eufaula, Alabama, a Stewart County company from Tallahassee under Captain Galba Matthews and the Stewart County Rangers, whose Captain Henry W. Jernigan was placed in command of all of the troops. Trailing the Indians across Turkey and Chenoobi Creeks, they charged an ambush where Turkey Creek empties into Wenatchee. In the fierce fight lasting 45 minutes, 3 white men were killed and 13 wounded. 18 Indians lay dead in the swamp, and the site of the battle on lots 108 and 109 in the 11th District, now in Terrell County, is marked by a granite boulder. It's from the Georgia Historical Commission in 1955. So what's super interesting about this history, this right here, just on the roadside, is I've actually filmed the grave of Captain Thomas Stapleton. So it's kind of connecting history in this area, which is pretty neat. Now we're going to get back in the Jeep and see if we can't find that old granite marker. Alright guys, so we found the marker that designates the site of the Battle of the Echo Wenatchee Swamp. And this is absolutely amazing. This marker not only tells the history of Georgia, but even this marker is a piece of history itself. It was placed here in 1912, 108 years ago, and that's pretty amazing. So it says, this boulder marks the site of the Battle of Echo Wenatchee Swamp between the state troops and Creek Indians, July 25th, 1836. It looks like, honestly, those look like damage from gunshots right there, or bullet damage on that stone, and I hate to see that. It was erected by Stone Castle Chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution of Dawson, Georgia in 1912. Site donated by Mrs. J.B. Perry and Mrs. J.H. Mercer. And that's just amazing. A 108-year-old marker marking something that happened nearly 200 years ago. That's very interesting. And just think, the sad thing is it survived all of these years, not damaged, and someone came out and shot it, because that's, I mean, you can see the lead right there from the bullet. That's terrible. I really hate to see that. But isn't this absolutely incredible? In these now quiet and peaceful woods, a battle raged here, and that's just, it's hard to believe almost, because we live in such a different land now than it was then. And it's just, this sort of history just amazes me. And there's another historic marker right up the street by the bridge that crosses the swamp, and we're going to go back up there and read that. But before I went back up there, I had to show you guys this marker, and it's pretty amazing. And it, makes me wonder what this looked like, 108 years ago, what this area looked like 108 years ago when this marker was placed here, much less what it looked like when the battle happened in 1836. Battle of Echo Swamp. During the Creek Indian Uprising in 1836, after the burning of Roanoke in Stewart County, 300 Indians came this way to join the Seminoles in Florida. Pursued by 132 Stewart County militia under Major R.W. Jernigan, they were overtaken here. After a sharp battle lasting 55 minutes, the Indians fled. 3 white men were killed and buried in the Stapleton Family Cemetery, 2.5 miles west of Dawson. The 13 wounded were cared for by neighboring families. Bodies of 18 Indians were found after the skirmish, several 3 miles away, by the Georgia Historical Commission in 1958. Guys, this is some absolutely amazing history just on the roadside in Georgia. It is so hard to believe that here, so many years ago, almost 200 years ago, there was a battle raged. And that is, it's almost unimaginable today. These woods are quiet and peaceful, and everything about our lives is so much different than it was back then. And it's just really amazing to think about that history. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these historic markers and these very interesting places today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next adventure.